You know, there comes a time in every season's life where you get some mediocre episodes, some good episodes, some really good episodes, and then there's this. This episode is amazing.
Suck my dick, Beerus. Oh,
Are
hey,
you
what's
playing
up?
Dragon Ball Fighters?
I am playing the holy crap out of Dragon Ball Fighters right now.
Haha.
It's such a good experience.
Yep. But I think we should get on with the episode.
But bro, they just released a few Zamasu and Vegito Blue Pack. I need to
Do you want to
practice.
talk about Dragon Ball Z or do you want to talk about ponies?
Yo, Dragon Ball's my bread and butter, homie. Besides, I need to play with this is how fighting games work for me and new characters. I need to play with the new characters like a couple times in practice mode or something, and then forget about them, and then move on to just using my established group of characters. And bro, I have the sickest Goku Black combos, and those need to be worked on.
Okay, well, I'd say let's focus on that a little bit later and focus on this episode.
Bro, have you or have you not seen my Goku Black combos?
I do not care right now. Let's get on with the episode.
Oh my god, fine. You know, it's reasons like this why you will never ascend beyond a super Saiyan. You're gonna be stuck in Kaioken for like 20 sagas.
Well, you know, you live, you learn. So
Now me, I've already mastered Ultra Instinct.
now let me just ask you,
I
what do
knew
you think of the episode?
Hold on. I swear, Logitech, you make good webcams, but your wires are crap, my guys. I can't move the stupid webcam and not have it readjust itself because there's no grips on the bottom, so I can't get it to stay in one damn place.
That's
Episode was
weird.
good.
I have a grip for mine.
Episode was good. To answer your question, the episode was quite good. Teacher Twilight, like super stern principal Twilight, still is able to give me the weirdest of boners, and yeah, good CMC
It's
episode.
like, meet me in the office. Just like, oh damn.
It's like it's like the intro to that Van Halen song. Oh, I wonder what the principal's gonna look like this year. Whoa! Dun, 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 dun.
I was actually thinking Hot for Teacher, but that's
the Van Halen song.
Ah, okay.
Jeez, do
I
they
haven't
not
heard
know
it in a while.
They not know good music out in Wisconsin?
Well, let me just say this.
Every heavy band out there sounds like my friend.
Think about it. In Equestria Girls, Cheerlee's the teacher and Big Mac's the student, but they tried to do a ship in the show. Got it bad.
I'm hot for teacher. Yeah, that's called an inconsistency, my friend. They're all over the show.
Yep.
You know,
there wasn't no inconsistencies in this episode, though, so let's get started.
Just gonna say, I need to point this out really quick before I forget. The new girl, what's her name? Bell Bottom or Soft Wallow or what's her name? Yeah,
Iron Swallow.
Yeah, as soon as she introduced herself, she's like, "Oh, I'm so and so." I was like, "Bitch, you look like Shirley Temple."
I know, right? You want to talk about your interesting procuring of the episode?
Yeah. Okay. So the CMC, these have to be the most unrealistic kids I've ever seen depicted in any media because they were way too stoked about the prospect of going into an educational center. Like they're like, oh my god, this school looks way doper than Cheerlee's, and they're like,
well, they're going from an Amish school to an actual university school. Or from an Amish school to a private school? What do you think?
Well, to be fair, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Amish schools. I mean, yeah, they don't move out of the 1700s, but there's some really good family values, and you learn how to churn butter.
And every single grade is in one big schoolhouse.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Episode was good though. So, they're really stoked about going to school, and they're like, guys, we gotta find a way to get into the school, and you know that they're spying on it. They're hanging out the window and stuff. And this is a relevant story. I was having a hell of a time finding this episode online until John found it for me, and
it took Equestria Daily of all places.
Yeah, and here's the best part. The first time I found it online, it was like the German dub, and I gotta tell you this: every dub I've ever seen of the show has been pretty good, but every dub I've ever seen of the show, their Pinkie Pie is like perfect casting. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
every Pinkie Pie just sounds like Andrea Lemon in another language. It's awesome. Anyway, so they're seeing all the cool stuff they're doing at the school, and they're
doing, and I love how they're showing when they're going to Rainbow Dash's place, or actually going a little bit earlier. The first place they look at is the fucking broom closet from the last episode.
Yeah, that was funny.
Then they go to Rainbow Dashes and they see them play buckball, and it's literally Scootaloo doing, we've never been allowed to play buckball at Cheerilee's school. Trust me, I've tried.
Yeah, that's
like, you little rebel, you.
Oh, do you expect anything less from the disciple of RD, as I like to call him?
Of course not.
So they in an interesting little what's the word I'm looking for? Subversion of the usual tropes of this show. They actually just straight up ask, "Hey, can we come to your school?" And Twilight's like, "Bitch, no." And they're like,
lol.
And they're like, "Oh, damn it!" So their next thought is to they decide to annoy their respective sisters until they get to go, which again,
no, go on.
Which again, I've never seen any kids be that stoked about going to school, which it's weird. And so they
let me just say, Apple Bloom, which she left all the farm equipment out, and she's just sitting there reading, and it's like, maybe I need to go to Twilight School and learn about friendship. And I love how when Applejack is like, I'll give you a private lesson, I'm just like, oh God, she's going to get a spanking, isn't she?
I mean, that's what would have went down in my prop tee.
Yeah, and then Sweetie Belle's just like constant. I bust out laughing when she's hugging Rarity's back hoof.
Yeah,
is she fucking dragged along by it, and I think Rarity did something like, "Stop being so sweet annoying," or something like that.
No, I think she said, "I'm gonna call you Sweetie Annoying" or Sweetie Frustrate. I don't know. I don't know. Or Frustration Bell. Oh, she should have said Frustration Bell. That would have been clever. Yeah, no, that was.
No, Repeaty Bell is what she said.
Repeaty Bell. That's right. I thought that was really funny. Like, it wasn't clever. It was just funny.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then Scootaloo is literally just in there in a fucking disguise.
I was
trick of like the glasses, the nose, and the mustache.
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, is that all Rainbow Dash's classes? Like, I guess she's supposed to be the gym teacher, which I don't know exactly what physical what's the word I'm looking for? What physical education has to do with friendship, but whatever. That's just me. And then she spoils Rainbow Dash's story. And then she's like, "Whoa, bro! I thought I said no spoilers on Facebook. Everyone was supposed to take that seriously when they saw Infinity War." I love those melodramatic posts. They're like attention with like 14 exclamation points. If you are gonna see the new Infinity Wars movies, please be a cool person and not blah 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 blah. They're like, dude, does anyone really expect anyone to take that seriously?
They didn't even do it when people were saying Thanos demands your silence.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Anticipated. Like,
yeah. And then and then after, and then like a week after, when the people that post that have seen the movie, they're always like, "Thank you for not spoiling the movie. You're a true." And I'm like, "Oh my god, just
Have you seen the one where it's Illinois and it's dissipated into a shit ton of U-Hauls?
oh my god, yeah." So
I'm just like, good lord, that's so true.
so they talk to Twilight. No, wait, they don't talk to Twilight. Literally, they're told, no, get baited, jabroni. You can't join my sweet school. And they're like, oh man. So then they're hanging.
And let me just say,
You know,
when in the part where Scootaloo's found out, Rainbow Dash actually said Scootaloo to her face. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It sounded kind of weird. Did it kind of sound weird to you as well?
what do you mean?
Like her actually saying, like Ashley Ball saying Scootaloo.
Oh, I get it, because she like Rainbow Dash like usually like literally never says her actual name. It's always like
she usually says like Squirt or whatever.
Yeah, Squirt or Kira. Yeah, I get what you mean. So what? That's not how she says it in the line reads? No, yeah, no. So then they hear someone crying, and
the script.
The script for Rainbow Dash's dialogue is filled with nothing but Jontron's X.
Oh my gosh! No, the script is literally whenever she has to talk to Scootaloo, random barfing noises.
Random barfing noises.
Go funny. On. I gotta stop.
Yeah. I seriously forget this chick's name. They
let me look it up real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, sure. This girl, she's like, dude, she's like, I'm in Twilight's summer course curriculum thing. It's so hard, dude. And they're like, wait, what? For realsies? And they're like, oh, dude, we'll help you out. And then she's like, yeah, I can't do my homework. And they're like, bro, this is easy. And so her Soft Bottom's name or whatever is she has to help out 3 random ponies who have to be Big Mouth, Bonbon, and Mrs. Cake Lady. And the tasks are kind of cute, you know. They do Big Mac's chores. She uses Sweetie Belle's helmet to protect Bonbon because Scootaloo's helmet to protect Bonbon when she's like buying a cactus. Is that a thing people just buy randomly at the farmer's market?
I've seen it bought at like a Stein's Gardens and Gifts and shit like that.
What the hell is a Stein Garden?
It's literally one of those. It's not a floral shop, but it's more or less like one of those greenhouse shops you can go to.
Oh, so what, like Pottery Barn or
something like that? Except you can buy a bunch of plants and shit.
All we have out here in California is concrete, weed, and depression.
But her name is Cozy Glow.
Cozy Glow? Is that like? Hold on. There's a clever afterglow joke in there, but I'm not smart enough.
Oh gosh.
So I'm not gonna lie. Did you feel this way with watching the episode too? I, for some reason, thought she was playing the CMC at one point. Like, I don't know. There was a couple of points where she just came off as suspicious, or like she was using them or something. But whatever.
In a little ways. But I want to mention something. I did not expect this character to be coming in this episode, because here's the thing, and this is where the genius of the writing comes in. Because like I said, this episode is really fucking good. But it literally is about one thing. The synopsis said one thing. It's similar to The Fault in Our Cutie Mark, or not Fault in Our Cutie Marks, Crusaders of the Lost Mark, where they do the Crusaders get their cutie marks episode. where the synopsis says one thing, but it diverts into another thing.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I did not expect them to kind of swerve over into another plot line because I thought it was going to be them trying over and over and over to try and get into Twilight School. Instead, they divert over into something that makes the episode interesting. Instead
Yeah,
of
that's
what
a good point.
CMC episodes have been. Because try as I might, I like the CMC. But some of their early episodes are the cringe because they can't get out of their own little formula. Would you agree
Yeah.
with that?
Oh yeah, no, I'll definitely agree with that. It's definitely a problem that that CMC have had for that CMC had for a while, and even after getting their cutie marks, it's definitely a problem that that's kind of persisted into their careers. But this definitely shook up the formula in a good way, especially when the plot twist where so there's a big old test coming up and they're like, dude, we're so stoked we could help you. And she's like, well, you could help me even more, Fanuel Jackson. There's a test coming up and I feel like it's going to debate me super hard. So can you help me study? And they're like, sure, brah. So they put her through this whole like Rocky style training regimen or whatever. And it comes time for the test. And they're like, bro, did you pass? And she's like, no, I super failed. They're like, wait, what? So Twilight is like, girls, get your tiny butts in here. And that's where I was like, oh, Principal Twilight. Hello.
I'm thinking more of like,
I don't think I'm wearing the
why
school
is she mad? Like, what did they do?
I was like
literally I watched Katie and I watched this when it first aired. We always, if you're looking for a good stream to watch the episodes, go to Otaku Ascended. I'll put a link in the description, and they do a live stream of the episodes as they air. And one of the things that was going on was when Twilight said at the end of the at the beginning of the commercial break, it's like, meet me in my office. Katie and I are like, what did they do? Like, why is she calling him in there? We find out later that it's because Cozy Glow decided to fuck up her test intentionally so that the CMC could try and get into the school, which, in a weird way, that is how a kid would think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see the logic, if you could call it that, because she's like, oh, if Principal Twilight thinks they suck, then she'll have to let them into the school of witchcraft and wizardry, and so
then you have this 30-year-old that
then you have
it's
Sweetie
just like,
Longbottom.
I'm still waiting for my Hogwarts letter, and it's like, Laura, you're 31 years old, you're not getting it.
And a slight background gag through this episode was Starlight Glimmer.
Oh yeah, that's a plot point that it starts out. This is another part of the genius writing. It's a plot point that starts out as a joke and then is actually paid off later in the episode. Boom.
I don't know about boom, but it was clever. So she's in there alphabetizing. And man, I love Starlight Glimmer so much. I love her character and her writing. And this whole thing is just another is just a whole nother like just piece of her awesome puzzle. So she's in there alphabetizing stuff, like you do. And Cozy Glow comes in, and then she's like, oh hey, what's up? She offers her what was it? A comfort pillow, a security blanket, and empathy cocoa.
Empathy Coco, yeah.
And
And I love how her own personality is getting in the way of her professionalism. She's just like, why the heck would you do that? I mean, I'm listening.
oh yeah, and that was one of my favorite parts too, where Cozy Glow's talking about like her plan and stuff. And she's like, "That's devious," and then she's like, "No, I'm listening." And then she just makes that like that one meme face where it's where her eyes are where her eyes are just like, and her mouth is just a straight line. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, this show is getting too good. Like, I thought that one camera angle in the beginning where the CMC were stacked on top of each other and had like that top-down view look good, but no, dude, you know something's well animated when it can animate mean faces very well. And
I know DWK is gonna have a field day with that.
oh yeah, he loves the glim glam.
He loves the meme face. I mean,
So,
look at his Buckball season review. Or not
God.
review, but legit recap or whatever.
Yeah. So
He pulled off the double meme face.
The double meme face. So the CMC get pulled into the office again, and they're like, "Dude, we've got it all sorted out. We know
And it's
that."
and it's with the main six there, and they're like, "What did we do now? We didn't do anything." You know?
Yeah, and they're like, "Dude, we heard how you wanted to help out Cozy Glow here, and we think that's really admirable of you. So here's some honorary diplomas from our from the college, high school, university, whatever. And you
Just
guys
call them regularly you. No one fucking knows what they are.
That's actually really clever. So yeah, so they're honorary graduates, and then she's like, "Dude, I have a sweet idea. We could use some tutors on hand." And yeah, Starlight got him jobs. That's really what happened. The CMC graduated from a school without even really trying, and because they're too good for the school, and someone straight up says that in the episode. Their teacher aides and Starlight Glimmer got him a job. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's the episode. When John said that this was his well, actually that'll be spoiler for your score. So yeah, Jonathan, what's your score?
Let's just say my intro was not kidding. This episode gets a 10 out of 10. This episode was just fucking fantastic.
And I gotta admit, when I saw it, and after I saw it, I said, "Wow, I couldn't believe it." This episode was actually -5 stars. No, I'm kidding. No, 10. I don't know. See, this is my problem. You can't let me go into anything with any sort of expectations, because then like they'll somehow never be reached in my mind. I never got a 10 vibe from this. I definitely got like an 875.
Okay.
Like,
why don't you just round it up to a 9 and we'll call it a day?
Oh yeah, sure, because that makes you more right. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, sure. We'll round it up to a yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, I'll round it up to a 9. That's pretty fair, because it was pretty well written. It was very good, and not a lot of complaints. Actually, very little complaints. If anything, it's more pros than cons.
Absolutely. And like I said,
which is a rarity, because you hear what everyone's saying. The show's going downhill. It's in a seasonal rot.
I don't think so. There's some episodes that kind of say that.
Those people that say that can, kiss my fat white ass, because they're wrong.
There's some people. There's some episodes that kind of convey that a little bit, but it's nowhere near what I've seen from other shows with seasonal Raw. Like
The way
nowhere near.
the way I look at it is that every season of every show, whether it's the first one, the second one, or the 19th one, they're always going to have weak episodes. They're always going to have weak episodes. The only reason why people only ever really give older seasons slack is because a lot of the ideas there were either thought of first or whatever. And if something even slightly resembles an older idea in a newer episode years down the line, they're going to basically be like, oh, recycling ideas. Or instead of, maybe taking an old established concept and trying something new with it. I mean, there are legit retreads, like, say, 28 Pranks Later. And there are damage control episodes like the original Wonderbolt Academy all the way back at season 3. But there are times...
Or if you really want to go a little bit nearer, we can talk about the meta episode of
Slice of Life.
No. What's the one where they publish the book? I forget the name of it.
Oh, Secret of My... Wait, no. Yeah, no, I know the book. I know the book. I know the book. I know the episode. Yeah,
we could think about that too. That's kind of a damage control
That's like one of the only times this show has ever done a take that at critics. Every show does it at one point to varying degrees of success. This show's usually avoided it, except for that one episode. But anyway, yeah. So next week's episode is something called the Mean Six. Okay, so this was the most BS part about trying to find this week's episode. I saw this episode plastered all over Dailymotion, but I could not find this one for some reason. All I kept getting were links to some download free movies for free and TV shows, unlimited access.
And then when you try and sign up, it's like you got to put your credit card to verify.
Yeah, and it's probably run out of like Dubai or something. And it's just like, just give me the episode. You used to be able to pirate things on the internet, but now you can't anymore. Thanks, Metallica.
Thanks, Napster.
Thanks, Lars Ulrich. I don't mean that. I love Lars. People talk shit on Lars, I'll punch him in the face. I don't care what they said. Saint Anger was a good album.
So, but yeah, next week we have Chrysalis and the end of the first half of the season, which I believe that's when we're going to be...
This episode better not disappoint me, because this seems to be like the only episode where Chrysalis is showing up, even though they teased her a whole season ago. So,
Yeah, let's hope that too. I just really hope I don't get disappointed.
Well, all right. We'll see you guys later.
See you later. Peace out, Dragon.